If you have not read that book, you 1,000,000% should read that book. It's an incredible book. But I'm going to look up one of the things he talks about in his book. It's called The Relentless 13. So the book basically is about 3 different types of people. And so if you don't know who Tim Grover is Michael Jordan's and Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. Like, he's all of these guys' coach. He's the one that trained them, helped them with their mindset, helped them learn how to build, the athletic ability to be able to get to where they are, and the mindset around it too. And so what we're going to talk about is the Relentless 13, which is a part of his, it's not really his program, but it's the 13 mindset things for somebody that's going to take them, what it's going to take them to get to the next level, right? So we're going to go through that this morning once I can find a good picture of it really quick, which is obviously not working. That's amazing. There we go. Okay. So, dude, Twitter, it's all on Twitter, guys. Twitter hates me. So this is amazing. Let me find it. Pinterest maybe will work. All right. Make sure you guys have your docs filled out too. I know I said that earlier, but if you are full-time or in process of being full-time, make sure you get your docs filled out this morning. All right. So here is the Relentless 13. Once this will work. Why is it going to I don't have a Pinterest account. What is happening right now? This is the craziest thing ever. I'm trying to pull this up on Pinterest and it's just taking me to a Pinterest account that I don't have, and it's making me log in. That's awesome. All right, whatever. I'm going to share my screen and y'all are just going to have to try to read the little words. Okay. So, I'm not very computer savvy. Well, I want to be able to share the screen to everybody. Just search the Relentless 13. All right, you guys can all be a part of the charade that I'm dealing with right now of why this is not. John, I'm getting hacked by State Farm here. It's crazy.
Oh my God, I knew it.
So, all right. So can you guys read this little bit on the right here? Are you able to see this or no?
I'm too old, but that's okay.
I'll look at it. Screenshot.
No, I did it already.
Here we go. Okay. Perfect. I got it right here too. I'm going to share my screen to this, and let's see if this doesn't work. Then I'll use tablet.
Mine is literally up right now.
I know, but I want to be able to share the screen to them so they can see it.
You can actually blow it up on your phone if you're
Can you?
Old like me. Like you can.
All right, great. I'll do that, and then I'll read off this because I can't really see that very well. So, all right.
At least on my iPhone.
So here's the Relentless 13, guys, is 13 different attributes or mindsets that somebody who is a cleaner has. Okay, so there's 3 types of people in the world. There are coolers, there's closers, and there's cleaners. Okay, so a cooler is somebody who they know what to do. They're just kind of a part of the game. Josh would call them NPCs. There's somebody
Yes.
they're just kind of existing, non-player characters. They're just kind of there. Okay. They know what to do. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not like broken people. They're just people that exist, but they don't really exist to their potential. Okay, I would say that, and hopefully that was a nice enough way to say it that no one's offended. But that's a lot of people are like that. Okay, I'll just be honest with you. A lot of people are like that. And so if we know that, now we have a closer. A closer is somebody who, when it's time to take the game-winning shot, you're like, yeah, we're giving the ball to that guy, right? Like, I want him shooting the ball or her shooting the ball, because you know that they're able to do the things that are required. And then if on the last one is a cleaner. So a cleaner is somebody that they go above and beyond. Like, they always are winning. They don't win one championship. They win a lot of championships. Like, they're not somebody that's sort of consistent. Like, you know that they're going to show up. You know that they're going to put in the work. Like, in the Primerica world, they're 10 by 10 every month personally. Like, they run a base like consistently month over month over month. So that's the difference between a cooler, a closer, and a cleaner. And I started reading so last night after the call, I was so freaking excited about the Orlando, like the Universal trip, and I didn't think anybody else was. I started reading the book because I was like, I guess I'm gonna have to go win the trip myself, which I'm already gonna go. But since nobody else was excited at all in Telegram, I was like, all right, cool. I guess I'm just going to go and put my head down and get to work. And so if you're excited about Universal, just put like, I'm excited in the Zoom chat real quick. Cause last night was real confusing. I was like, here's a huge trip. And then it was like a funeral home inside of the Telegram chat, which was really concerning to me, to be honest with you. But guys, look, so there's the Relentless 13 and they're all number one. Okay. There's not like a number 1, 2, 3, 4 to 13, John. Every single one is number one because each one is equally important. One is not more important than the other. And if I listed these off, or if I should say, if Tim Grover listed these off 1 through 13, you would think number 1 was the most important and number 13 was the least important. He says very explicitly in the book. It's not like that at all. They're all equally important. And you're going to identify with some of these, and some of these, you're not going to identify with them. In fact, like some of them might, like, I don't want to say repel you, but some of them you might be like, no, that's definitely not me at all. That's fine. But if you can identify with these in any way, shape, or form, with a good half of these, you're going to feel like, okay, cool. It's not just me. I remember reading this book, Josh, and the first time I ever read it, like, it was just light bulb after light bulb after light bulb went off in my head of like, dude, I am not alone. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I thought I was crazy. I'm serious. Like, I really thought I was nuts, John, when I read this book the first time. Like, that I was the only one that thought like this. So the first one is you keep pushing yourself harder when everyone else has had enough. And I'm going to relate all of these back to different Primerica things. Okay, just so you can see, so because that is the one common ground I think that we all on this call have is Primerica. And so, yeah, so you keep pushing yourself harder when everybody else has had enough, right? So this is like month end is today, right? Everyone today is like, well, I might not get my promotion, or maybe I'm 5 recruits away, or I'm 5,000 away from my promotion. Well, I'm just going to wait till next month. Like, that is not the cleaner mindset, right? I got it pulled up right here. I figured out how to do it. The second thing, so number 1, again, the second number 1 is you get into the zone and you shut out everything else and you control the uncontrollable. So what I mean by that is, like, you do your daily minimums. You send your messages every day. It doesn't matter if there's a freaking hurricane or an earthquake. It don't matter. You're doing your minimums every day. It's 4th of July, you're doing your minimums. Christmas Day, you do your minimums. New Year's Eve, you do your minimums. Why? Because you control what you can. You also control the uncontrollable. A lot of people think that results in business and in life are something out of their control. And to a degree they are, but here's the facts. If you eat good and you work out, you will become more healthy. You can't control how long it's going to take, John, but you can get healthier every day by making better decisions, eating better, working out, moving your body, period. I think we can all agree on that. And it's also, yeah, Taylor just said, like, that's why for that Mega Shark award that we have, like our quarterly MVP award, that's why it's one of the things, because you can't control anything other than you, right? But you can you make it really difficult to not win if you do the things that you need to do every day. Right? You're controlling the uncontrollable by doing what you need to do every single day and winning over and over and over again. You build the ability, you build the grit to do that. Okay. The third thing, number 1, again, is you know exactly who you are. So you, like, someone tells you like, oh, you're this or you're that, or they just call you names, or they tell you that you're lazy, or I don't know, whatever things that you may have heard, but you know that you're not. Like, you could not come at me with some type of like, you don't work hard, you're lazy, you're whatever. You can't tell me that, because Josh, I know that I'll run circles around you and I'll laugh while I do it because it's enjoyable. like, and it's funny to me. It's not like in a cocky way, like I don't like you way, but it's like, dude, don't come at me with something crazy because I'll outwork you, like, period. And I'm not picking on Josh particularly, but somebody can't come to me and tell me that, like, hey, you're this or you're that, because I know that I know my work ethic, and I also know where my identity lies, and that's in Jesus. Like, so I've got that too. So like for me, it's like, I know exactly who I am. You can't alter me or pull me away from where I am. Number 1, you have a dark side that refuses to be taught to be good. Right? Oh, you should take 4th of July off and spend it with your family. Oh, you shouldn't have training on 4th of July because it's 7 o'clock and Fireworks are at 9 and you need 4 hours to sit there in a field on a chair and do literally nothing. Like, no, we're going to have training, right? Why? Because I'm willing to put the work in when other people aren't, because we're going to get to where we're trying to go faster. And if you're crazy enough to hitch your little red wagon to us, you're going to move real quick too. Right? If you're willing to put the work in, listen, like it's still light outside, right? The fireworks come out when it's dark. It's still light during training time. We're doing training real quick. And most of y'all are going to be on Zoom. Number one, you're not intimidated by pressure. In fact, you thrive on it. Like month end, you got to close 3 recruits and 2,000 in premium today to get your promotion. You're like, let's go. It's happening. Like I remember when we were getting promoted out to RVP, Josh, Ian and Andy told me, they're like, if you break the premium record in Michigan, if you break one of the premium records for below RVP in Michigan, we'll promote you out on an exception spot. So I said, okay, cool. And we went and we broke both. I broke the personal record and the team record. They said I got to break one. So we broke 2. Because I knew that if I did that, I would have an undeniable stack of evidence that I was willing to put the work in. Right. So do you thrive on pressure, or does it scare you when you're like, oh, I got to pass this test in order to get promoted? Like, does that scare you? When everyone else is hitting the in case of emergency button, they're all looking for you. Are you the go-to person in your family? Are you the person that people like lean on when they're like, hey, I need help. This thing's going on. I need something. I need somewhere. I need a person. I need a thing. I need a favor. Are you the favor caller, right? Or the favor called, I guess? Are you the one that everyone's calling when they need something? Right? Do you have your crap together so much that when something hits the fan, they call you? Yeah, Jenna, I know you are, right? And here's the thing. A lot of times, if you are that person, you're also the type of person that's willing to give time to people and to not put boundaries up to continue to grow your business or to continue to move forward in your life or your relationships. You put everything else on hold for those people. It's not selfish for you to put barriers and boundaries in place for you to protect your family and your life and your business and what you're doing. It is not selfish. Let me say that again. Taylor wants me to say it again. It is not selfish for you to put up barriers, boundaries, fences, and solid yellow lines in your life that you act within, so that way you can keep yourself moving forward. Because if you stop every time somebody puts a fake stop sign in front of you in your life, you're never going to get anywhere. Does it make sense? You got to stop hitting the brake and you got to put your foot down on the gas and do not pick it up for a season. Okay? You don't compete with anybody. You find your opponent's weakness and you attack. This is my favorite one. Right? Like I love this because I'm very competitive. I look in POL every day at the competition scoreboard. Who's licensing? Who's recruiting? Who's got premium? What's their cash flow at? And Josh, I'm trying to find the weaknesses in their game and I'm going to make it better. I'm looking at their system and I'm saying, okay, they're recruiting 200 people, but their licenses are at 7. So they're doing something off on their licensing. If we can recruit 200 and double licensing, we're going to grow way faster. Right, guys? It's the thought process. It's the thought process of I'm willing to put that extra little bit of work in to analyze the data, to watch the film and see where I can get better. Right? Are you that type of person? I'm not competing. I mean, we are indirectly competing with people for Hawaii and different recognition and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, John, if I do my best and if I study the competition and figure out where they're weak and beat them, we're going to win. I'm not trying to win in a sense of like, oh, I need to win first place. It's like, it bothers me when we lose. Yes. But like, I'm going to do everything that I can to get better by looking at places that they're better than me. You make decisions, not suggestions. Let me say that again. You make decisions, not suggestions. Okay. You know the answer while everybody else is still trying to figure out where they're going. Here's a really prime example in my life, and it drives me freaking nuts. What's that? Yeah, it'd be such a good idea to eat healthy. My mom can relate to this, right? A lot of my family can relate to this. They're like, what do you guys want to do today? And everyone sits on the freaking couch for 6 hours talking about what they want to do today, and then you never do anything. That's a whole bunch of suggestions and no decisions being made. Right? The cleaner makes the decisions. Hey, we're going here. You're welcome to come. Right? You lead the ship. You're the captain of your family. Okay. And if you're listening to this right now and you're like, how does this relate to me? I'm new in Primerica. Think about your family. Is it just a whole bunch of like, we should get healthy, we should go to the gym, we should go to church, we should self-develop, we should save money, we should do this? If it's a whole lot of should, it's a whole lot of not great direction of where you're trying to go. And you need to just recognize that and move forward. You don't have to love the work, but you're addicted to the results. Right? Let me say that one more time. You don't have to love the work, but you're addicted to the results. You love the winning. You love the promotions. You love seeing your people get promoted. You love pushing people up. In our business, it's great because in our business, for you to win, other people have to win too. And so if you focus on helping other people win, the results are other people winning and them getting promoted, them making money. Like right now, I have 2 different legs that I'm building of people that if they would go get licensed and do like 2,000 in premium, it's 2 more district leaders. Right in the last week and a half. I mean, I want y'all to understand, in a week and a half, I got 2 people about to be district leaders. They just got to pass their exams. Right. I don't love the work that it takes for me to be on Zoom all day and in my DMs for a lot of the day and like working for long periods of time. Sometimes I don't love that, but I love seeing new people excited about being district leader. I love seeing new people getting promoted. I love that stuff. Guys, you'd rather be feared than liked. Like you don't want somebody to be like, oh, like Josh is just such a sweet guy. Like he'll do everything for everyone. And it's like, no, this dude can build something. Like this guy moves mountains. Like when he's ready to do something, like look out. Like, because it's going to happen. Are you a man or a woman of your word? Right. That's another way that I would look at being feared rather than liked. People like soft people. People don't like, I'm going to say the word hard, but people don't like hard people that are decisive and do things. But guess who's always the one that's depended on in a tough situation? The person that does what they say. Right. And that person is a cleaner, not a closer, not a cooler. Right. You trust very few people, and those that you trust better never let you down. Better not cross you. They better not screw you over, not as like a threat, but these are people that you let them in and you trust them. And you'll do anything for them, and they better not cross you, because if they do, you got one shot.
Well, and they should know the value.
Yeah, and they know the value. They know your value too. Like they know like that they're not going to do that to you. But you don't have a whole lot of like quote unquote friends, but you got a lot of people that you work with. That's me. I'll be honest. It's hard for me to like trust people, and I'm getting better at that. But if you got one chance, like if you do something that is like, I feel takes advantage of me, I'll ask you about it. And if that feels like you were screwing me over or doing something shady, I'm out. I'm just being real with you guys. Look, there's nothing wrong with this. Like, I want y'all to recognize, like, if you resonate with more than half of these, like, you are a cleaner, and it's time for you to step into that. It's time for you to become somebody that you're proud of, not become somebody that's a doormat. Right? You don't recognize failure. You know there's more than one way to get what you want. So you run into a wall here, you're going to hang a right, and you're going to go the other direction. You're going to figure out how to get there. You'll make adjustments when needed. One person that he does a lot of reels and stuff, not a huge fan of this guy, but he says a lot of times, he says, make adjustments, not excuses. I love that. I do like that a lot. You got to be willing to make adjustments on the fly. You have to be willing to shift gears when you come across standstill traffic on the highway, and downshift so you don't just drive through everyone. Like, you have to be able to make adjustments, not making excuses about things that don't really deter you at all. And then you don't really celebrate your achievements because you always want more. I kind of live by a rule of, you've got about 24 hours to celebrate a win. After 24 hours, KJ, you go be all happy, high five your friends, go out, get a drink, get a margarita, have some chicken wings, whatever floats your boat, right? But after that, it's back to work. Why? Because there's another season coming up. Right? You got one day to celebrate. Now, it doesn't mean you can't be proud of yourself for a month, but nobody cares if you won the Super Bowl last year. Are you going to win the Super Bowl this year? Right? That's just how champions think. And Tim Grover, I'll leave you guys with this real quick. Tim Grover talks about in his book how when he's doing over the NBA basketball league over the summer, you can tell who's a cleaner and who's a closer and who's a cooler by how hard they play in the summer league. Are they working hard? Are they running full tilt on the summer league trying to get better? Or are they dragging their feet, just kind of skipping around, having fun, treating it like it's a hobby? Right. And so here's the Primerica relation to that, right? Are you practicing your appointment setting with your trainer? Are you listening to the audio on the way to work, or are you listening to music on the way to work? Right? Are you focused on studying, or are you focused on reasons why you can't open the book? Right? Are you setting up your appointments? Are you getting people on your team promoted? Like, what are the things that you're doing right now? Audit yourself and make a decision to go get better. Guys, today is month end. I want to know today in the Telegram chat, how many people on your team are you going to help get promoted? And if you're not yet promoted and you have not yet qualified at your level, I need to know, are you planning on hitting it? Are you planning on getting qualified at your level today, guys? Look, if you're a cleaner in your business, you're going to do it. If you're brand new, you need 1,000 in premium and a recruit if you haven't done that yet. I think everyone on this call just about has at least one recruit. Most of you guys need $1,000 in premium. You're going to get playing at your level for Hawaii. So call your trainer, make it happen, guys. I love you guys. Have an amazing